am back with some more mommy tips and some more mommy talk. Today, we are going to be discussing some pros and some cons of being a stay-at-home mom, okay? This was a video that I personally wanted to do just because it's rough out here in these streets, y'all. It's rough. So, before we get started, do not forget to hit that subscribe button that's gonna be to the right of your screen. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you get all of your updates about every time I post, okay? Thank you so much, moms, for watching. Let's get started. Pro number one. Nobody loves your baby like you. Obviously, that's gonna be the first thing that went through my mind when I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, is that nobody's gonna love my child, nobody's gonna take care of my child, nobody's going to treat my child, nobody's going to feed my child, nobody's going to do anything for my child better than me. And I did not want to put them in a position where they would be at daycares and those things and be mistreated or treated unfairly, and I would have to cut somebody. So I decided to stay home so that I could raise my own kids and love on them the way nobody else can. Pro number two, I get to witness all the firsts. Meaning, like the first time they crawl, the first time they walk, when they get their first tooth, when their tooth first falls out, just all the different little firsts that you sometimes when you're a working mom, you miss those moments. And I'm grateful that I get to see them and not miss them. Pro number three, childcare costs. You cut that. Why am I gonna pay somebody $800 a month to watch my child? That's like, I mean, I don't know how much some of y'all make, but that would be almost a whole check. That's dumb. No, cut those childcare costs. Now we're gonna move over to the cons. Con number one, solitude. I am at this house by myself with these kids for 5 days a week. I don't get adult conversation unless somebody calls me, unless my sister comes over, my mom comes over. But even when they come, they're coming to see the kids. They're not coming to see me. They're coming to see the kids. So for the most part, I don't get adult conversation, and I am alone. It's a very cold and lonely road. But I do have some good friends out there who I get to go out and get out with. But for the majority of the time, I don't want to get out the house, because to get out the house means it's a job to get out the house. You gotta have diaper bags and bottles and sippy cups and wipes and Pampers. It's just too much. So for the majority of the time, we stay here, which ultimately means I'm by myself, speaking baby language all day. Con number two, loss of identity. This is a big one for me, because ultimately this is one of the reasons why I started YouTubing. When I first had my first son, I just became overwhelmed and indulged. Is that even a word? I don't know. But so involved and overwhelmed with my mommy duties that I completely forgot who I was and what I enjoyed and my identity outside of being a wife and a mom. I'm a singer. I used to love to sing, which obviously meant I loved going to concerts. I love going to singing events and any different functions that involve music. I'm a fashion major, which means I obviously loved fashion. I was a model at one time. I walked in runway shows and all those things. And just being a human being. You just want to get out the house. Yeah. But when you become a stay-at-home mom, you get overwhelmed and all the duties of the house just pile on you. So you forget about those things because those things no longer become important. The main thing is make sure that your kids are taken care of. Main thing is making sure that your husband is taken care of. And for me, that's a big one for me because he allowed me to stay home. So my first priority is this house. I have to make sure that this house is taken care of, my kids are taken care of, that he's taken care of, dinner is made, and all those things. Then the things that I want usually come second. But I got to a place where I looked up one day and I was just like, okay, what do I do? And that's why I ultimately started YouTubing, because it was something that I could incorporate what I loved, which was being a wife and a mom and all these tips and things that I've learned along the way. But then also I sing on Sundays, so make sure you tune in on Sundays at 6 o'clock. And it just allows me to vent and have something to looking forward to do every week. I honestly love doing this, whether I get 2 views or whether I get 100 views or 1,000,000 views. I just love doing it just as a hobby for me. So just moms, make sure that even if you are a stay-at-home mom, that you find something that you keep yourself doing so that you can connect with and look forward to doing something every day besides changing boo-boo diapers. 3, financial strain. Look at me. Look at me. You have to be ready for the financial strain being a stay-at-home mom will bring. Unless you are just rich and just very well taken care of. Going from 2 incomes to 1 is not easy at all. Especially if you were like married for a couple years before you had kids and you both worked and you're used to having a savings, you're used to having all these things, all this money and doing what you want to and all those things. Skirt! They come to a cut. The moment you decide to become a stay-at-home mom, it becomes about the kids. Do I want to get my nails done? Do I buy Carson diapers? Diapers. Do me and Chris go out on a date night? Or do we buy Myles his prescription that he needs? Prescription. It just is what it is. It's not an easy battle financially. But like I said, there are ways that you can absolutely just learn to deal with it and be prepared for it. Make sure you click that link up there to watch my other video that I'm talking about kids and finances, okay? But financial strain, yes. It's real out here in these streets, y'all. It's real. And this last one, it's not a pro or a con, but it was one that I saw that was listed under a con. But I have a different look on it, and it is your kids' social skills. Now, to me, that all depends on the mom, the type of mom that you are. Me, I am not a social mom. So I would probably have to do a little bit more to make sure that my kids are more social. Right now, they cry if they go anywhere out of my sight, which is not a good thing, but it's because I'm not a social person. We go out, we have play groups and those things, but those are scheduled very far and few between. For the most part, they're with me and with my family or something like that. But if you have moms who are social and they get out the house, because I know a lot of stay-at-home moms who are very, very social and their kids are very, very social. So it's not a pro and it's not a con. I definitely wouldn't say it's a con, but it is something that you have to make sure that you are aware of, because you don't want them to be mutes, not talking to nobody and just completely weird. You know, just make sure that you're keeping them social. Get them out the house, get them around other kids, get them around play groups so they know how to socialize and interact with other kids. I am, and I'm going to do better with that. All right, mommies, that's all I've got for you today, okay? Today we just talked about some pros and cons of being a stay-at-home mom, and I really, really hope you enjoyed it, okay? Please make sure that you leave me comments or questions down in the description box below. I will be more than willing and more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. And also, do not forget to subscribe. Click that subscribe button that's going to be to the right of your screen. Don't forget to hit your notification bell so you get all your updates about every time I post. Okay? Thank you so much for watching, guys. So much for watching. And moms, always remember that your kids appreciate you for everything that you do. All of these things we just went through, they appreciate you for it, and they will tell you that one day in the future, hopefully. They will. And please remember that a woman who fears the Lord, her children will rise up and call her blessed. Okay? Thank you so much, guys, for watching.